let's talk shoes today. You know, it's funny when it comes to shoes, I'm very, very particular. And it's partly because, well, one, growing up I always thought I didn't have a good shoe sense per se because I have a thing called hyperhidrosis where I sweat in the palms of my hands, on the soles of my feet. And so my mom always bought me shoes that we could just, use for like 6 months and trash them. So I never wore good shoes. And then my friend would tell me, a good pair of shoes can make or break an outfit. And I was like, really? Do I even know how to buy good shoes? And come back to this part, because all this time I thought, I'm not a shoe person. Who needs good shoes? But contrary, we'll find out in a second. But this video is about Rothys versus Birdies. These are two different types of shoes. And if you've been on Instagram or Facebook, somehow those people really know what you need. They kept bombarding me with, all these ads about these shoes are going to make you feel like amazing. And of course I bought into that. I'm like, yeah, they're going to make me feel great. So here are both the pairs of shoes. The Birdies, I say they look like, kind of granny shoes because they're velvety, and these are the Rothys, okay? And I'll add still pictures so you could kind of see what I'm talking about. Let's talk about the Birdies first. Birdies are, they're velvety and they're kind of nice, and I'm sure they have wonderful colors, but this is the one that I got. I don't know if I made the wrong choice, but these right here are super comfortable. I mean, it's like walking on mattresses or clouds. I don't know how else to describe it, but I feel like they kind of look like granny shoes. I don't know. And I don't wear heels. I never have. I just maybe don't know how to walk. One of the other things I feel like I don't know shoes that well is because I walk like this. I'm pigeon-toed. Apparently that's a thing, or bow-legged, or however you want to call it. So my shoes normally wear out on the inner edge, and so I don't wear heels because I feel like I'm going to fall off. I like these for the comfort, and most of the time when we look for shoes, many of us look for fashion or comfort. I think those are the two main important things, right? And for me, comfort beats fashion. I don't care how they look as long as I can walk in them. When my feet are like so, and when I say my feet sweat, you guys, I mean, there's like little bubbles coming out of each of the pores. When I was in high school in India, I used to have to take a paper towel, well, we didn't have paper towels back then, but washcloth, or we called it rumal, or a handkerchief, whenever I would take exams, because my hands would literally, I could probably sit on a corner and go, oh, look, there's Ganges water or Ganga water coming out of my hand, and people would line up. It's that much sweating. So flats are good, but then if I sweat too much, then I'm sliding. So I need like suction. I need really good shoes. I like those. The good thing about the Rothys is, I could put them in the washer and I could put them in the dryer and they kind of wring out. How cool is that? A shoe could do this. They're super comfortable, but all the styles and the colors they have on their website, they look like this because they're made out of good material, environmentally conscious. But I don't really know how cute they look. I don't know. I don't feel it. So if I was to choose between the two, it's, these, that's why I have both of them. And let's talk price point. I forgot to talk about the price point. These both are around 120, 100 range. So Rothys are 120, and I think the Birdies are 100, if I'm not wrong. I could be, it's in that ballpark figure. But if I was to choose a pair of shoes for me in particular, a person with hyperhidrosis, a person that's bow-legged, pigeon-toed, all that good stuff, and enjoys flat shoes, I'm going to go with these. I know they're not super stylish, but the fact that I could sweat in them and I could throw them in the washer and the next day I have a brand new pair of clean shoes, that makes me happy. So that's my shoe talk. So I forgot to talk about the special shoe story that I mentioned earlier. I said, oh, hold on contrary, I'm not a shoe person story. When I was growing up in India, we only got to shop twice a year for clothes and shoes. It was when school started and it was when Diwali, the new year. And, I was the oldest one, so I got brand new stuff. My sister got hand-me-downs because she came after me. And if they're in good shape, you didn't spend money on it. Well, one time, a few years back, my girlfriends and I, we went to Europe, and we were in Italy, and we found this place, the shop. They had amazing shoes. I mean, they were so comfortable, and it's always been difficult for me to find shoes that are comfortable. They can look cute, you know, shop for shoes in India, shop for shoes here in the States, but comfortable shoes for me are hard to find. And the shoes were so darn comfortable and so darn cute, and platform shoes, and they had sandals, and they had, you know, little, not saludos, but, you know, slip-on shoes, and they had just amazing type of different shoes. So what do? I go crazy because they were decent price shoes too. Oh, by the way, sorry, you're gonna hear the little train passing by right now. It's just going here. And we bought different color shoes, and apparently when we went from here, we were traveling light, so I only had my carry-on. Well, guess what? All those shoes, they had to go somewhere. So we had to go to another place to buy a suitcase for all my shoes. And for this person that thinks, oh, I'm not a shoe person, I came back home with, I think, 7 to 9 pairs of shoes and an entire carry-on bag full of shoes. I mean, I don't know who I was on that trip, but I could tell you I've used every single one of those shoes. And so when you find a comfortable pair of shoes, I say, go splurge. No big deal. Thanks for coming to my shoe TED Talk.